what's up? This is for you. If you like this content, if you like this content, drop a like on this. If you'd like to see more tier lists in the future, drop a comment down below telling us what tier list you'd like us to cover. And then, of course, hit the
man just rewinded in real life.
I did. The subscribe button and the bell icon so you can stay up to date on all things TGB. Chat, you're with us tonight. We are going to go through this tier list in just a moment. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, drop what you have to say. And if there's any ideas you have for future tier lists, drop them in chat or join the Discord. Link for you all is with Nightbot. Link for YouTube is down below in the description. Join the Discord, have some fun with us, drop some suggestions for tier lists in there. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I can already see it's gonna be a lot of fun. But let me share my screen. Let's get started. So
look at that beautiful little Facebook down there. Oh wait, no, is that your Twitter?
That's his Twitter.
That's my Twitter.
Oh, it used to be your Facebook profile. Don't judge me.
Well, you have to log in with your Twitter on these. So okay. So don't follow me. I don't post on there, and if I do, it's kind of stupid.
It's usually stupid wherever you post.
You're not wrong.
That wasn't even an oh moment. That's just facts.
Wow. Okay. I even agreed with him. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just facts. Unless it's about Sammy or you post about Sammy, then it's wholesome.
Well, that's a majority of my posts.
I'd say 80%.
I'd say 87.5.
Really? You're going to get into numbers with me?
Let's get on to the tier list.
Drink your Zoe, you basic bitch.
All right. So I don't know what he said. What we have here is a tier list of all of the challenges that we've done since Sam has been with us or Sam participated in prior to him joining the show. Now you will see we have Among Us on here twice. Technically, Sam was in 4 Among Us episodes. He was in the very first Among Us episodes we did.
Yep.
Back with Real Team 6. And we just were like, whatever. That was the first time I was playing. We were kind of getting to know the game, whatever. So we chose those 2. This one is Sheriff mod. This one is Airship when the airship dropped. Everything else, you've seen the thumbnails for on YouTube. If you haven't yet, go over there right now, hit the subscribe button. We'll wait.
But then make sure to hit that like button.
That's it. That's it.
Whoa.
Now,
Anderson
yeah,
participating in the
height.
shamelessness?
Yes.
What is this? Are you okay? Are you sick? Do you have a fever?
No, I just had a really
it's
good
the end of the world as we know it. But let's get started, boys. So first one up is...
Well, actually, before we get started, let me ask, and so we can tell for the people, I'm sorry to interrupt, but are we individually rating these? Or are we as a group deciding on this?
I think so we could do it one of 2 ways. I definitely think it should be a group.
Okay.
But we could either do it as we all have to unanimously decide, or we take an average of what we decide.
I think unanimously decide.
I'd say let's do unanimous, yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Somebody's going to be that one jury duty member that just doesn't want us to vote not guilty or whatever. I can already call
be that person.
Yeah, it's going to be Anderson.
So, first up, we have the Spooktober finale, Dead by Daylight.
Ooh, that was fun.
That was a long challenge.
That was a long challenge.
God, that thumbnail took me forever to get right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I want to say took us like 3 or 4 hours to record.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a while.
It was about as long as us recording the finale for Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, I mean, the game was fun. The game was a blast. Once you figured out how to do everything.
Problem was figuring out how to do everything.
Yeah, that was the problem, was really like figuring out, because there's so many different like...
Yeah, Dead by Daylight has a very steep learning curve.
And could you imagine if we didn't have Johnny there?
Oh God.
Like, It would have been a 6-7 hour session, like to get to the
Yeah.
point that we
Easily.
were at, like at least, you know.
It would have been a full work day just to figure out that
Yeah.
game.
Easily. Who won that challenge, anyways? So I remember we had
Johnny
it
won.
was a
I was in
killer
second.
winner and then survivor winner.
Johnny won
Johnny
the
was
killer?
the killer winner.
I was the
think it was
survivor.
either. Yeah, Sam was the survivor winner,
Yeah, I was a survivor winner.
and I was drop dead last.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right. I think I was like a smidge higher than Anderson on that one. Like I think you and I were both like not doing well that entire time.
Yeah.
in the game. We're just like,
Because Juice had played the game, I think, a little bit before. If I remember
had not
correctly.
played at all.
Yeah.
Like, this
So
was
like
a fresh
he was
install
able,
for me.
like what I remember, he was pretty close on the killer award as well. But
yeah, I think so. I think
I
so.
was the absolute worst killer.
The problem for me playing that game when you're killer is the game is built. It's built like a horror movie, but it's if a horror movie had protagonists that actually knew how to live.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like it's not like your horror movie where like the killer's gonna show up and be like, oh hello. Like it's
yeah. It's not
literally,
your
like-
traditional horror movie with like the dumb blonde and everything like that. It's like people that actually want to survive and get the fuck out of there because no, I don't want to deal with this shit.
yeah.
correct. And that's where that's where it was super difficult being the killer, because if you don't know how to properly use those powers for that particular killer that you're using, it just makes it like so difficult, because somebody could be distracting you all the way over here, and then somebody could be working on a Jenny over here to pop it, and it's like, which way you're going? You don't know where anybody is. Like if you find someone, lucky enough to find someone, can you kill them quick enough? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was the hard part. Now being a survivor, that was fun, because you have a team you're working with. You're working with other people. Like, okay, I got this. You go over here. Let's do this. Da 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 da. And like that made a lot of fun. But
Yep.
where
Yeah,
would we
being the-
put it on this list?
Being the killer definitely involves some. I mean, of course, actively pursuing them, but like mentally pursuing them as well. That's what made it difficult.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the mental warfare.
I would probably give it like a solid like C or B. And the only reason I say that, like, it was a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but I have not touched that game since.
Same.
And I've never really felt the need or want to.
Yeah, the learning curve is just too much for me because I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm going to put that amount of time into a game, I want to actively enjoy it. And I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoyed what we did that night, but I wouldn't say I would enjoy playing that game on a regular.
Actually, I'd say maybe like C or D. C, I think, would probably be the best.
I think C.
So if we're going with that same mentality, I have played it since. I've played it with Johnny, and I've played it with a couple other friends since. The more I played it, the more fun it became, because the more I learned,
Yeah.
like all the unique abilities for their survivalists, all the killer abilities, things like that. So if we're saying C or D, I would probably say C.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds fair to me.
Yep. Definitely a niche game though. Like it's definitely you
Yeah.
need to enjoy horror, and you need to enjoy survival mentality
And
for
just
that
like
kind of gameplay.
strategy in general, because you can't just go in there, just YOLO it. Like, you have to have a plan. You have to communicate with your teammates as far as like being a survivor. But
Yeah, this game is like Joe said, it's more fun the more you play it. So if you don't have that mentality of where you want to grind it out, be the best you can be at it, and have fun that way, then you're not going to enjoy the game.
yep.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. Next up, Payday 2.
Ooh,
Oh, that's high up for me.
that's
I love Payday.
that's definitely higher than Dead by Daylight for me. That was a really
Well-
fun challenge, I will say.
So
This shit got wild. In
Yeah,
that one.
shit got wild.
this was the very first challenge that Sam took place in
Yep.
as a member of the Gaming Bunch.
As an official member.
And what a challenge to come in on.
Yeah, that was
I'm going to say this. I went in with low expectations and came out extremely pleased,
yeah.
because
Seriously, Joe and Sam did not believe me when I said we got to play Payday 2.
Yeah.
nope.
They were just like, Why?
I was just kind of like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm not going to come in here making demands like, no, I don't want to play this trash ass game or anything like that. But it was not a trash ass game. I regretted even thinking that.
Yeah. Also, a little bit of news on Payday 2. The Russian Badger and his gang bullied the developers to add a big ass fucking metal spoon as a melee weapon.
Wow.
Shit is great.
I'm gonna say for this one, if I were to vote, knowing, like I said, I went in with extremely low expectation. I will firmly sit here and say, in admittance, I did not believe Anderson when he said this game is banging.
Yeah.
I didn't believe him at all. I went into this after doing the tutorial and I was like, this game's kind of sus. Like, I'm just like, but when we got in and shit went wild and we started playing this like crazy, it like as a team and actually was communicating and doing everything the way we were supposed to and really like making it a fun challenge. It was phenomenal, without a doubt, phenomenal.
Especially since we were able to play the holiday edition with Santa Claus.
Yeah. That one was funny. That one was a lot of fun.
Santa Claus.
I gotta say A.
So,
like, I don't think it quite catches up to S tier, but I gotta say A or B.
I would say A.
I'd say A.
Yeah. Cool. We need to play that again and sometime soon.
Oh yeah, we
should.
do.
Yeah.
I want to use the big fucking spoon.
It's been like what, 6 months since we did this one?
Yeah.
It was December, so yeah.
Was it December? I thought it was January.
It was one of those months, the Christmas
Somewhere
months.
in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Next up, Rainbow Six Siege.
F.
I feel like a debate's going on for this one.
So, all right, I'm not gonna say F. It's not terrible. It's not my style of game. I'm not a search and destroy kind of guy, which that's basically what this game is.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy like the protect the president aspect of it. That was fun. But that really we did that and something else.
We did a lot of different game modes in that.
Yeah, we did protect the president. What else did we do?
Main weapons only, secondaries only, stuff like that.
Yeah. And so it's not really a game I like that much. Personally,
I think I'm gonna have an unfair statement here because I really love the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I play it a lot.
Even though Ubisoft turned it into a little dog shit.
Yeah.
Recently.
I mean, well, and Ubisoft has wrecked that game over and over again. They like their servers are ass. Like if you play by yourself without friends, it's kind of like
gonna have a fun time.
It's like a 1 in 7, I would say, a 1 in 7 shot of finding a lobby that's actually worth it, worth playing with. Which, don't get me wrong, like I found some people who I still talk to, like who will occasionally partner up on there because it's just random dudes that I played with on there before, and they were super cool. But as far as the challenge itself, well, I think one of the downfalls that we had with that challenge was we should have done the Wheel of Death and picked one challenge.
Yeah.
Not spin it every single round. And I will firmly say that was my fault.
Yep.
Yeah,
because I was like, let's spin it.
Yeah. I was quite salty at the Wheel of Death on that episode.
Yep.
Yep. And truthfully, like Protect the President really doesn't work fully for that.
No.
Because
you already have it a hostage, so yeah.
Well, it's not. Well, we were playing bomb. We weren't even playing hostage.
Oh, that's right.
But the thing about it is, when you are on attack, you could just leave the president at spawn and no one can touch him. When you're on defense is really when it only works. And at that point, you can't really negate weapons from the president. They just kind of have to stand there and not shoot. So that one really kind of screwed us. I feel like if we were to go back at some point and really sit down, at the drawing board and say, like, here's some solid ideas of challenges for this, I feel like we'd have a better time with it. As far as for a challenge and picking one and sticking with it. But for the sake of that, like we did kind of run into a bit of a problem when we were, trying to do different challenges all the way through it. I will say that was one of the first times I played the game, and I went on a heater and aced an entire team, which was nice. But that didn't that didn't end up in the footage because my footage was corrupted.
Yep.
All right.
I would also say that the YouTube video that came out for that one was, I would say, in my opinion, a lot better than with the actual recording session.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me, when we were doing that, like, I am very much not a person who plays these types of games, and for the reason that when we were working as a team and everything, and then like you were the only survivor, or like say I was in there and there were like other people, just the screaming call outs and everything like that just get confused the fuck out of me. And I eventually just sat there. I was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So please just kill me.
Yeah, and that is a problem too. Is that's probably one of the only games I would say that really ends up being a problem with that, because each map it's not an open world thing. It's a search and destroy, map based system, and each map has its own call outs. So if you don't know those call outs, it becomes really confusing. Like someone could yell out and say, yo, he's behind stack, he's prone. Well, all you're going to know out of that entire sentence is the man's laying on the ground.
I was about to say, all I know is that he's on the ground. I don't know where the fuck stack is. Exactly.
Stack could be the books laying next to you. The stack could be pallets across the map. You don't know where stack is. And that becomes a problem. Like I said, I feel like if we were to redo a challenge on that later on, it'd be cool. Because I'd say, especially with Anderson, you and I played it enough together that you have some semblance of knowledge to it.
I got a little bit more than what I had in that video.
Yeah. Like you and I play it occasionally together, where you have enough knowledge to hold your own. I don't know if Sam would want to, because it's not his gameplay style. Like
I like any of the other similar ones, CS:GO, Valorant, even Call of Duty Search and Destroy. Like I'm just like, it's never been.
Yeah,
my
I
thing.
don't really play those either, but Siege, I guess it would be, quote unquote, like a guilty pleasure or something like that. Yeah, because I just play with Joe and like like our friends.
I like to hop right back in to the action. I don't like sitting there waiting.
Yeah, so I feel that. I'd rather get over and done with than just sit there and wait for someone to like come through or something like that.
Yeah. Now, here's where the voting begins.
I won't say F.
And Anderson, what's your vote?
I would put this one at D.
I can agree to that. Oh, this is killing him. This is killing Joe.
This is really bad for him.
He's like, I want to put it at A or S, but
I actually don't.
No?
I don't want to put it at A or S.
What were you thinking?
So I was thinking in my head off of three different things. One is a negative, and that is I was pissed because my footage got corrupted, and that was there was a solid round in there, like I said, where I went on a heater and just went off. And like, yes, I understand that's a flex, but when you go off on a heater in Siege and you ace a team, that's like
honestly, ace in Siege is pretty important. It's
that's big dick energy. And I was pissed that all got corrupted, and I was just like, positive though, that game was a lot of fun, even though we didn't know the call outs, because of the fact that it just got so chaotic. We were all like, oh my God, like, and it was a lot of fun. Other thing is, I feel like it was also a lot of fun because we had Jake with us as well, and Jake is always a good person to be around. Plus his brother Colin. Shout out to Jake and Colin.
It's always fun when Jake's in the video.
Yeah, them with us was a blast, and I can't take that away from that. I would personally say B or C, and I would lean more towards C only because with the footage issue that really got under my skin. Because I know I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I really wanted, all to be out there for everything. Like when we do videos, I very much want each one of us to be able to be shown and seen, and it really is shitty when your footage just corrupts right in front of you.
Yeah.
I can agree. I can agree to C, but it on my personally, and it'd be a low C.
We're looking like C minus.
Yeah. I'll concede to C. Just
okay.
just to move along.
I mean,
along.
you can fight this. I don't mind debating this. Let's go.
No, I mean, I'm not going to be able to change your minds on it because you guys both somewhat enjoy the game. Like, I'm not going to be able to get any lower than a C. Like, probably.
Yeah.
So, like,
well, I want to hear your thoughts at least. I want to hear your thoughts. This is a podcast after all.
Search and destroy games suck, and don't change my mind because it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, I don't really have like a
Search and
valid
destroy sucks.
argument. You know, like it's not like I can say like, well, because this happened and then this happened, it should clearly be a D. Like, no, like that's not it. It was still fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, hanging out with you guys always makes things fun. It doesn't matter how crappy the game is. And this is not love for you guys.
I was about to say, fuck off with that wholesome shit.
But
Get that wholesome shit out of here.
but I mean, it's true. So I mean, you know, like we can take any game and, you know, make it hilarious, probably. Like,
True.
so I can concede a C.
Are you
Yeah.
smarter than a computer?
Yeah, that one I would
yeah.
just say it was great with the friends and everybody we had in there, but I mean with Siege, it has a learning curve, not as steep as Dead by Daylight, but it definitely still has one. Just learning all the operators or gadgets or guns and what works best for you. But I mean, other than that, and the gameplay was fun. Playing with the friends we had in there was fun. So I'm not above putting it at a C. I would just say on my end it'd be a C minus.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Sheriff mod Among Us.
Oh God.
I've
We
got
had
thoughts
so
about
many
this one.
we had so many technical issues with this one.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Yep.
Yeah.
We ran into so many technical issues in that game.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was
Between that and proximity chat, it was
It was
Yeah.
awful.
terrible.
well, and
Um,
like
I'm pretty
don't
sure
get me wrong.
everybody in that lobby with us that night was frustrated with the amount of technical issues everyone was having.
Who all somebody look it up. Who all was in that one with us?
I had to open the video to see.
I mean, I can do it on my phone. Let me see. Hang on.
I'm pretty sure Ghosty was there.
I know for a fact Ghosty was there. I know for certain because Ghosty has practically been in every single, if not every single Among Us episode we've done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I mean, yeah, always fun. We love Ghosty. She's awesome, even though she picks on us all the time.
No, she picks on you.
Us.
No.
Let me see. Okay, found it. Where is it? Here it is. Okay.
I think maybe Boomer and Mercy.
Oh, Anderson, you also missed one. I mean, we could skip it, but there was another Among Us episode we forgot to add in here.
Which one?
How many times could Sam get imposter in a row?
Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. I gotta look it up for the thumbnail.
That's literally the title of it.
Yeah, the title doesn't tell me anything. I still gotta look it up to see what thumbnail I use. Give me a second.
It was the three spacemen.
Oh, that one.
Red, blue, purple. Yeah.
I mean, I can send it to you real quick.
I don't know if I can add it in. It's no big deal.
It's
I mean,
okay.
we can.
Yeah. I think 2 is already a good amount.
Yeah, it's already pushing it.
Let me see. Okay. So in this episode, we had
me. You, of course, us 3: Mr. Cruz, LaForge, Uber,
yep.
Boomer. We Ghosty, Lonely Male.
I want to say Lonely Male was 3 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was a solid play. I remember that one was a lot of fun as far as playing with them, but the technical issues, I would base my vote personally off of just the sheriff mod in general. And if I were to do as such, I would say that the sheriff mod was kind of whack.
Yeah, that one it'd be low tier for me.
Yeah, because it really adds a whole. Granted, it adds a whole aspect to the game that you don't plan on, such as
I mean, not a fun aspect.
it's not like you basically have to interrogate everyone and get a sus on somebody and hope like hell you're right.
Yeah.
Because if not, you automatically die.
I think it would have been a lot more fun if we had more like a mod pack where we also had like Jester and a couple other roles in there, like to where it wasn't just like focused on the sheriff one, like exactly. But I think the sheriff one was one of the first ones to come out.
I think it was alongside a tsunami mod as well.
Yeah. And so like you didn't have a whole lot of options then. So based off of that fact alone, I don't want to be too harsh on it and give it an F. But I kind of understand where you guys are coming from, where like, yeah, you know, it's just by itself, it's kind of a whack roll.
Yeah, it wasn't, it didn't feel unique. It didn't feel like I was doing something so intensely different to, you know, make a justifiable difference. Does that make sense?
It felt like regular Among Us, except one person had a gun that was an imposter. That was about it.
Yeah. Which that's basically what it was, which, like I said, you know, if it was paired in there with, you know, like the Jester, for example, who was trying to get voted out, that could potentially lead for some funny banter, you know?
Yeah. And even though we had the sheriff, a lot of times nobody really used it. Like that,
Yeah.
I remember that entire recording session, no one really used it. I think maybe like one or two.
Yeah.
I think I was one of the ones that used it, and I sussed the wrong person and died. So
Yeah.
Then everybody was just like, "Oh, Anderson's dead." Anyway, it was just like didn't even fucking matter.
Yep.
I remember the one time I had it, you actually killed me. The one time
that's
I had
right.
it, yeah, you actually killed me when I had it, and I was just like, well, that was a whole lot of fun. All right, now on to the next one. Here we go. Personal vote, I'm gonna say D.
I'm fine with D.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
On to the next one.
Phasmophobia.
Ooh.
This one was also with Ghosty. If I'm not mistaken, we did prison.
Yep.
Yes.
The challenge for this one was one tool at a time, like on your person, and
We have a time limit.
figure out who or what the ghost was within 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
Which
we failed.
Failed miserably.
Because 3 of us died. And Sam was by himself and went,
Fuck it.
nope.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Sam went, they're only going to pay me $20 for this shit. It ain't worth it. I'm out of here.
What are y'all's thoughts?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It just like
I think overall it was a good challenge. I think maybe doing prison was a mistake.
yeah, if we'd been on a regular house, it would have been easier.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, we played Phasmophobia a few other times since. And it's fun every time, you know.
Yeah. I will still say the first time we played it was the funnest for me.
Yeah, I think. Oh, you mean when you died?
Yeah, when all y'all chicken shit out and then I went in and just died.
Oh man, I wish we could roll the clip right now of just you like, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, that was good. That was good. I think the problem we ran into was we
The map was huge. That's what.
the map being that size, I don't think hurt us. I think what hurt us was that, again, it was kind of like the Siege thing. We went in there with the idea of having too many challenges at once, because if we had been able to take the appropriate amount of tools with us, we would have had that done in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind we would have had that done in 20 minutes. We probably would have set the time limit down to 15 to make it, challenging. But the fact that we had one tool on us at a time. And part of that was we could only pair up with our team. So Sam was with Ghosty and I was with Anderson. And if that teammate died, you had to go in by yourself.
With
You're
one
pretty much done.
with one tool, and you had to go quick. Like it wasn't, just like just casually strolling in there, try to be careful. Think
Not to
about where
mention
you're
we
gonna
had a
hide.
very aggressive ghost.
That was a very aggressive ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, and also you don't run like Usain Bolt in that game either. Your run is just like,
Yeah, you run like Ricky Berwick.
who?
I'm sorry. Never mind. Cut that.
Who?
Nope. Continue.
Were you trying to say Ricky Bobby?
No.
What were you trying to say?
Just keep going, Joe.
What do y'all think?
I'd say like B or C.
Yeah, I'd probably say B.
I was actually I was gonna say C, but I can concede to B because it's still a fun game.
Yeah.
It's still a phenomenally fun game.
Fun game. If you like scary stuff, that's the game
That's
to play.
up your alley.
That is up your alley. Buy it now.
So we're going B.
I guess we're going B.
Yeah, that's
right.
fine.
Rust.
Oh.
Solid S tier. Let's go.
I agree because I won that one. So
Yeah.
He just immediately
I
throws
just
it
had
in
fun
there.
bullying Joe.
You mean like with all the other 10-year-olds?
Yes.
I
don't know. The 10-year-olds accepted me. They were just like, "Oh, this guy's cool. Yeah, let him up. Give him some stuff. Let's go."
when we played that afterwards, it was cool. When we actually because I remember if y'all remember, we actually played a little bit of it after we did the challenge, and we ended up setting up camp behind that lighthouse on that little island, and it was really good. Like it was actually a really dope setup until someone raided us, of course. But in that game, I was accused of cheating.
Because you did.
Yep.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
You did.
Every time he's accused, he's like, "Nope, I'm completely innocent." And it's bullshit.
Okay. Order in the court. How did I cheat?
There was no. What do you mean? How you cheat? This video's old as shit. I can't remember.
The sad part. Okay, I remember. The sad part is you were fully kidded by some random dude because you would go up to people and be like, "Hey, I'm trying to complete a challenge where I need to get 3 kills. Can I borrow some weapons?"
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'll concede we didn't say that we couldn't do that.
But it's still scummy as shit.
But it's scummy as shit. So we're not. All right. So
I'm going to clarify. Never said it wasn't. Never said it wasn't scummy.
Yeah.
I just said I didn't cheat.
But the sad part is, even with that huge advantage, you still lost.
And I still got more kills than you, and I lost.
So did y'all see how I got killed with that though?
Yep.
When I was kidded?
And we said it was just deserved.
Justice.
Oh well.
Justice.
Yes, I
Calm
know
down,
I fully
Batman.
lost that challenge. It was more so due to the fact that those 10-year-olds are pieces of shit. Like
Those 10-year-olds
hated
are
that experience.
future mad lads in the upbringing. I don't care what you say.
This coming from the guy who usually wants to punch those 10-year-olds in the face. Let's be honest. You are usually one who's just like, like.
But when they're working in your favor,
Oh, it's beautiful.
Then it's-
and plus it's Rust. I kind of went into there knowing what I was getting into,
yeah.
especially on a
That's fair.
public server. Like, come on.
Yep.
That's fair.
So
Now,
I
if we
guess
were on a private server and some people did that kind of shit, then yeah, I'd be pretty pissed.
let's say, Joe, where would you rank this?
He put it in F.
I'll give it a fair chance. I'd put it in D.
Fair chance. Okay.
Do I really want to put it in F? Absolutely. But I know there's no way in all blue hell that I can convince either of you to say F. So I would say D.
Well, hang on a second.
I'm just gonna let Sam take this one over.
So even though I won, which don't get me wrong, I loved winning. Winning's great. And so just off the fact of winning alone, I would put it in S. However, I don't like Rust. I uninstalled it after we played. I was
Same.
like, we're not touching this ever again.
Come to think of it now, just real quick, I don't think I've actually won a challenge.
Nope.
Since you joined.
I think for all the challenges that we weren't working together, like aside from like Among Us and stuff like that, I think I won all of them.
I think I might have won like a couple rounds in Among Us, maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to quantify with Among Us though, because like we're both working together and against each other at the same time. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
Among
Yeah.
Us is kind of a different animal.
yeah,
So any challenge that we've done where the three of us are against each other,
It's usually been
I-
Sam.
I've never won.
Usually Sam wins, or I think only one of them I tied with him on it.
Okay.
on GeoGuessr we had not GeoGuessr, excuse me. On Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? We had one tie round.
Yeah, that's
I
what it was.
lost every
Yeah.
round of that.
Yeah, because you dumb as shit.
I think
You
we
can't
clarified
say
that earlier.
anything.
Pretty sure we clarified that earlier. But
yeah. But
So I would be willing, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Anderson, but let me just finish this real quick. I
Yeah.
would be willing to concede an F on that. I was personally going to rank it D, but I'd be willing to go ahead and give it an F because I don't think there's a lot. Like looking at the rest of them, there's not a lot there that I would put an F, if
Well,
anything.
based on where we're at too, my thought process is I would 100% play the sheriff mod again. I will not play Rust again. Like, I have to look at it from like, based on the games we have on the list right now and where we would rank them, would I play Rust over Sheriff Mod Among Us? Or do I feel the same about those two games? No, I have a burning hatred for Rust because of the community that's in it.
all right, so since your butt hurts over, I would, for me,
My
I
butt
have
hurt?
gone.
You said hurt.
Yes.
Oh, it's not like you said butt heart. I was like, what? Care Bear? Huh?
Okay. Are you done trying to turn this around?
No, I was just asking. It sounded like you said butt heart.
Okay. Anyway, for me, Rust, I have gone back and actually played because I mean, it's a game where you can run around and BM people. I don't care. So I have gone back and done it. So I mean, I enjoy Rust if when I'm in the mood for it. But will I go back and do a challenge or something over it? Hell no. I would not want to. Rust is one of those games you don't want to put anything overlaying over it. You just want to enjoy it for what it is. A BM simulator pretty much. But for this one, I was gonna say C or D, but I'll concede to D. Because I mean I had a lot of fun with it. I love seeing Joe suffer, so
So we have one D, and I mean, we have to unanimously agree on this. So what do we think?
I'd be fine with D.
I just said I concede to D.
All right. Ew. Okay. Valheim playing the first boss with no armor,
No armor,
No armor, naked,
no
no
food.
food,
no buffs,
No food.
basically
just punching
weapons.
trees.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Literally, a majority of that episode was Anderson just socking trees the whole time.
Yep. I just went full Rock Lee and I did not care.
What are we thinking?
I loved that personally. I
I
mean,
loved it. I got to punch trees. What do you mean?
That game is
It's S
right
tier.
up my alley.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I liked the added challenge of us being naked and afraid, basically.
Pretty much was
Yeah.
Survivor. Just Nordic Survivor.
Yep.
That's fair.
I personally would put this like B or A. Leaning towards A, personally.
Yeah, I would put it at A. I
I'd
just
say
love the game.
so. Based on the thought of that was a challenge where the three of us worked together.
Yep.
It was a pretty epic battle.
Mhm.
And it was actually a genuine challenge because it's actually, even though it's the first boss, it is still relatively difficult to do that with no food and no armor.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like we went in knowing what we had to do basically and knew what to expect because we had done it once before technically.
And then the fun part of like I died and then y'all two had to battle out. I come back and then y'all two die and I had to hold it unless we lose a challenge. That was kind of epic.
Yep.
And then I died again and then y'all finished it off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this one honestly for me is a pretty easy A.
Cool. I think we can do it.
Yeah. I think enough said.
Yeah, because I could definitely see us doing challenges again for these two here.
Yeah.
GeoGuessr.
S. 100%.
S.
Yeah.
No matter
say
what way you look at it, it was just fun.
I was gonna say A only because
You lost.
it was no like well I mean I played second the majority of the time in that one. I think it was. I was gonna say A because it's to me it's not like an elite game that I'm gonna go back and play again. But I had a lot of fun playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
we should go back and play it again, though.
I was leaning B or A because it's one of those games to me where like, if we were to do a challenge for it, I would probably do it again. Is it something that I'm going to play or would be open to playing consistently? No. Like it's one of those games where we definitely had a lot of fun. It was a great challenge. Honestly, anytime I get to hear Anderson scream at something because he's so pissed is a great day for me. But
that's fair.
You know, or especially when he accuses me of like, how the hell did you get that? And
I didn't even accuse you of cheating. I was just wondering how the fuck did you get that close?
I didn't say cheating. I just said, how did you get that? Because I hit one like
you said accuse, and I related that to cheating. That's why I said that.
There's no winning, but in this one, I didn't win either, so it doesn't matter. So to me, I would definitely say B or A. See. I would concede on A. I know both of you have said S. I personally would lean more towards B only because it's not a game for me that has replayability.
I mean, I still think it's S because I do play it in my off time if I'm bored at work or something, because it is an easy game. You don't have to download or anything. You just go to the website, click it up, and there you go. You cure your boredom for at least like 20 minutes. So, I mean, I'd like it for that playability. Also, it was just loads of fun just going through it, even though like some of the places they gave me were just absolute bullshit.
I gave all three of us that, remember? Like we played the same map.
Yeah. But no, it was still bullshit. But no, I'd still say it's ass, even though, like I said, bullshit. But yeah, I just loved it.
You know you want to play it again, Joe. You know you want to
play it again.
Like I said, for a challenge, I would. I'm talking about for myself.
This isn't about you, Joe. It's about us.
We've talked about that for other games. For this particular game, it's a good game. Like if I didn't think it was a good game, I'd be saying like C or D. It's a good game. It's just not something for me that I have replayability in. That's why I was leaning towards B, but I could definitely see it being an A because I would definitely do a challenge again in it. Like I'm seeing that the same thing with Payday 2 and Valheim. Like I really enjoyed the challenge aspect of it. I just don't see me playing that game outside of the triumvirate here. You know, I don't have that mentality to go play that game because I'm bored. It's just not that kind of game for me. But I could definitely see us having fun playing a challenge on it again. That's where I'm leaning more towards A than anything. But that's just that's based on the fact that there is that factor of the three of us, raging again and racing against the clock to see what we can do. I just don't see it as being like an S tier game. That's just me. But I mean,
you're not going to budge on this, are you?
That's just my. I'm sorry. Like that's part of the discussion here.
Fine, we'll give it an A.
Part of the annoyance. Yeah, we'll give it an A.
Part of the annoyance? How is it part of the annoyance?
Just put it in A, Joe.
Okay. Look,
I'm not gonna sit here and do a was it Steve Crowder session with
louder
you.
with
Just put it
Crowder
in A.
segment right now. Change my mind. Why would it be for me?
No,
why
fuck off
should
with
I
that
make
shit.
it
Put
an
it in
S?
A. Put it in A. I'm done with this. I'm not sitting here trying to do a college campus tour.
Oklahoma, go Dogs. Like, I don't know. Those videos are great.
Yep.
Airship Among Us.
I got so fucking lost in that map. And I still managed to fucking swipe the board. I don't know how.
Yeah. I respect them, you know, trying to come up with something different. But I don't think the map has a good flow to it.
Yeah, it definitely did not. Especially how many times you get cut off from the other side of the map.
Yeah. Like I understand it's to force interactions in certain scenarios and to kind of, you know, give the imposters a chance, especially like after a while, like, you know, you get down into metagaming, you know, pretty fast once you kind of start learning, especially the group that you play with. And then, you know, like, oh, well, you were standing like 3 pixels too far to the left to be able to do that task. You were lying, you know, like stuff like that. So it kind of lost some of its pizzazz. It was still fun.
I think a thing that comes to mind with this, and we've talked about this briefly before. What's the one map that everybody loves to play on Among Us? Skeld.
Yeah.
It's a figure 8. It's a small figure 8. If you look at the map shape, it's literally a figure 8 and everything is within that figure 8. And you can go in any direction you want with it, but it's a figure 8. It's a small enough map. If you have a 10-man lobby, it's going to be fun. There's going to be interaction. There's going to be, it really adds for a lot of fun. Mira,
it allows for like the most amount of shenanigans.
Yeah, exactly. Mira or Mora or whatever the hell the second one's called. That one isn't. It's just so spaced out and sporadic. Then you get to Polis. And the one thing I always heard from everybody I played with was this map is way too big.
Once the new one came out, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore.
So devs went, okay, Polis is too big. I'd like to double down. Like, and
Tell them to shut the fuck up. We can always make it worse.
Yeah, right. It's just such a big map. The tasks in it were fun.
Yeah.
The new tasks were really cool.
Except the dirty laundry one. That one was just BM. I hated that one.
Also, the plunging the toilet kind of got a little weird. Just
that got too close to home. I was just like, I don't need that.
I didn't like the doors that you had to open in order.
Oh, like an electrical, or whatever it was called. Yeah,
those are horrible.
Also, I got really stuck on the burger one for no other reason that I'm just stupid.
I never had the burger one. Like,
I hate the burger one. Time. Because now when I go back and play it and I get the burger task, I'm just like flashbacks, like Vietnam. I'm just like, I hate this fucking task.
Yeah.
I'd say C for me.
I was thinking more D, to be honest with you.
I would lean with Anderson here, only because I would play Airship before I would play Sheriff mod again.
Yeah, I can recognize that. Yeah, I'm cool with C.
Yeah. I don't see myself ever going back and playing Sheriff's mod.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? The answer to that for me is no.
The answer for me is only sometimes.
That was a fun challenge. Even though I'm dumb as hell, that was a really fun challenge.
There was a lot of things that went right with that. And I'm not even talking about like us, you know, knowing answers or not knowing answers. I'm just talking about like the questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes were hilarious.
Like what was it? The fucking painter in France or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they had a hard on for that dude.
The stupid soil question, which I did look it up. It is true, but it's also stupid because there's many layers of soil, and there's many layers that do exactly what they questioned.
Yep. And then of course we have to just tip of the hat to good old Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff
God.
And the cringe / nightmare fuel animation.
God, he still haunts me to this day.
Yep.
Jesus.
Drew had a field day with that.
Oh
He
my
really
god. Yeah. And that was so Jeff will forever remain a part of this channel because of that.
I'm gonna start putting them in thumbnails now.
Yep. Honestly, like go for it.
You'll occasionally see him pop up in random videos. Like I almost
Just pop up
feel
like
like we
some
should make
bitch.
a challenge within a challenge for our viewers to name like all the times they see Jeff Foxworthy pop up, and like
Yep.
let there be like a prize at the end of who has the most views on Jeff Foxworthy. Like,
Yeah.
Not even like the good Jeff Foxworthy, like the straight PNG. No, just from the "Are you smarter than a fifth grader?" cursed image.
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy.
and it's make it like our own Where's Waldo.
Yep.
Oh man, it
Drew,
definitely
get on it.
So I mean,
yeah.
Yep. So because I mean, we're not going to play that game again.
Oh no.
Like, let's be
No.
honest. But because of like that legacy that's been left on the Gaming Bunch channel and on, on both on YouTube and on Twitch, I'd be willing to give that an S.
I was thinking it too. I was like, yeah, this man, yeah, I'd be willing to give it an S.
Solely for the meme of Jeff Foxworthy alone,
Yep.
we
Yep.
have our first S.
We did it, boys. We did it.
To Foxworthy be praised.
If you see that show up in any videos or posts or whatever, yeah, that's where it's coming from right there. Anderson's probably least favorite one on this entire list, Warzone.
Yeah, that's a F.
Well, you said you had some fun since we did Protect the President.
That was the only bit of fun to be had in that game for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a lot of fun when you were the president.
Yeah, because I could do what I was best at, hiding.
That was a funny one. Me and you sprinting across a ravine. Run, Anderson, run! Oh god! Oh man, that was a fun one. I could see us doing Protect the President again, for sure.
That is
'Cause
probably
that's
the
just
only thing I would do in that game. I would not do anything else.
Yeah, no, well, it's just not. Well, we've said this before. It's not your game type. Like, that's something to recognize. Is like that. Like for me, Rust is a game that I don't want to ever play again. Yeah, 10-year-olds, but the game type with the public servers just wasn't for me. Like, if we had that in a private server and we were doing like builds and actually playing the game for what it was, sure, I might go back and play it. But looking at Warzone, like that's definitely my play style. It's not yours. So it's the same concept, just reverse, where it's not something you would go play again. Like it's not something you would actively go seek out a public server for because you just don't have fun with that. And I recognize that. Like for me, I have to try and give the most unbiased opinion possible based on that challenge, based on what we did within that video, because Warzone is a game that I play a lot. And it's a lot like Siege, where I have to look at this from a third person outside perspective and not Joe mind, would you play this again? Because all three of us know I'd immediately go, yeah, totally. Yep. But that's not the case.
Yeah.
So I have to look at this objectively. For Protect the President, that was a really fun challenge. Difficult, but a lot of fun.
I would probably
What are y'all's
put
thoughts?
put that in C. Personally, it's like I like Warzone. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but I would play that challenge again. Maybe with a bit of a twist next time.
I'm just seeing the eyes behind his glasses glaring. Like I don't know what you're about to say, but it's not going to be good. Like I can just sense the feeling of the Sith pulsing from the screen.
I mean, the challenge in and of itself, Protect the President, it was all right. It was fun, but being that the challenge was in Warzone was not fun. I do not like Warzone. I hate the mechanics of it. Like, immediately after we got done with recording, I uninstalled the game because I felt insulted that it had gigabytes on my hard drive. So, I mean,
would you be cool with D?
I would concede to D.
See, I was gonna say B. The only reason I was gonna say B was because, again, I would put it in S or A, just straight up. But I'm looking at this objectively. The challenge, I have to look at it from the challenge itself. The challenge of protect the president, because we've tried protect the president before. We tried it in Siege, it didn't work. Us doing it in Warzone was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was crazy, chaotic. It gave for great content, honestly. And it's also a game mode that I actually went on and played again with 176 Corleone and his guys. I feel like being that has replayability in the challenge itself, not necessarily the game for Anderson's sake, but the challenge itself within Warzone, that's where I'm coming with B, because it did provide great content. It provided a great challenge. It was a lot of fun. The three of us, well, the four of us really, with Soren was included, having a lot of fun within that. And there's a lot of great memories and a lot of great moments in that. Like,
maybe for you.
So what I'm hearing is I think we need to go C. Because I don't think Joe's going to go as low as D. And I sure shit know Anderson's not going to go as high as B.
You'd be right.
Yep. And it's
Sam Middleman this, just put in C, please.
I'll concede to C.
Farther.
All right. Apex.
Just so y'all know out there, I really fucking hate Warzone.
Oh, we have definitively picked up on that.
Yeah.
Apex Legends.
That was fun.
For anybody who didn't get to see that,
this one's complicated.
Yeah.
Huh?
This one's complicated for me.
So, look, real quick, the challenge in this one was all three of us, because it's a 3-man squad in that game. If you've never played it before, in that game, it was a solo drop. So each one of us had to pick a spot on the map separate from the other two. Drop to that place, and then we could not meet back up again until the third ring, which really made for a lot of funny moments. Because I think there's a TikTok out right now of Sam going, Octane's got this, Octane's got this, pop, 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 no. Like,
I was going to try to save Anderson. Because he got down and I was like, oh, I might be able to reach him. And so I'm like starting to go. And then like I'm going up this hill. And I was like, oh, if anybody can do it, Octane can. And then there's like shots right in front of me. And like literally as I'm saying can, I'm like, can, nope.
Yep.
There's one thing in this game specifically that makes me want to put it in S tier. And that is, of all the games and I'm going to stretch this as far back as to the point when we even started doing challenges. Of all the games that we have played, this was the first time that we have played as a group, along in the sense of playing a battle royale game, and won. And that victory felt so damn good.
Yeah. That was...
Yeah, the victory felt good, but everything leading up to it was just pain.
But I'm going to say this, and Anderson, I'm going to direct this to you because, again, I know it's a game you don't typically like. That was one of the only times we have ever played a battle royale game, and I genuinely heard happiness in your voice.
Yeah, because the pain was over.
No, I'm talking about during the game. Like, that last game we played that we won, and just the teamwork, the communication, the comms were on point. And there's video evidence to show you were having a phenomenal time during that, and I loved it. That
I was having a
made me
phenomenal
so
time.
happy.
Actually, for this one, I will agree with you. I was having a phenomenal time, but it was only during that last match because my tactic was hiding like a bitch because I'm about survivability, not about killing the most people.
Yeah.
But anyway, like all the way up leading to that, I think it's cut out in the YouTube video and stuff like that. But there was a point where I just had to set it down. I was just like, I'm really getting pissed off.
Yeah, because there's a few matches there where you died pretty quick. And I could hear it in your voice that you were starting to get to that point, like you were in Warzone, where you're like, nope, just
yeah. I somehow miraculously brought it back for that last match.
yeah. And you did good. You got a kill or two in that, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I think I got a kill and an assist
Yeah.
because I straight up decked the person in the face and then Sam finished them all.
Yep.
And also Drew's editing with throwing Queen
Yeah.
in the end of that video, chef's kiss.
Yep.
I without a doubt, just like I go back and watch just the last few minutes of that video, just seeing the pure joy and happiness of our squad, and like the fact that we won, that alone makes me want to put it S tier.
I personally would put it in A tier because I do love the episode. I do love what we did, and I would play it again because Apex is, I think, better than Warzone in every possible way. But just everything leading up to getting that win was just pain for me. So I would put it in A solidly, but we'll see what Sam says, and I might change.
Hang on, I didn't quite hear what you said. Did you say solidly or silently?
Solidly.
Solidly. Okay, cool.
I can agree. Honestly, I can agree to both. But the dopamine rush, the adrenaline rush from when we got that win, I don't think I've experienced that on anything like on any other challenge. You know?
I know I haven't.
Yeah. And so like granted, we had a lot of fun on every single other challenge for the most part. Except for us. But
reason.
To each their own on that one. But like we had a lot of fun on each one, but like it just like that was like an ultimate high. Right. And especially with how the part that makes me want to put it in S tier is how like much of a meme it was for that last game. Because like we
did it for the meme.
We were not try-harding. We were not, trying to be. We honestly weren't trying to make it. Like, I mean,
I literally got into the circle and then hid for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And just watched people kill each other.
And I remember like I just picked up the bow just because. Like I was just like, you know what? I haven't tried this yet. Fuck it.
And what did you end the game with?
Like 3 kills. Like,
no, I'm talking about the final.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that
Like,
just Legolas over here. Just But so based off of that alone, that's what makes me want to put it in S. I understand there was pain, but like we had pain in a lot of other challenges, Warzone especially. But I think that made it all worth it and made it to where I could give it an S. Now I will concede an A if we can't agree on that, but I personally would put it an S.
I'll let this one slide. We can give it an S.
There we go.
Also, but
that
don't
makes me
expect
so happy.
But don't expect me to be playing this all the time with y'all. That's not going to happen.
That's the thing is like, I as much as I love Warzone and Apex and games like that, like I try my hardest. And chat, this is in YouTube. This is for y'all, really. In my mentality, we've talked about this time and time again. Those are my area of gaming. Like we know that, and I try my hardest. When the three of us get together and we go, what are we playing? I, without a shadow of a doubt, want to go Let's do another Warzone or Apex challenge. I'm down. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But I also know play to your audience. And I go, what do y'all want to play?
Because he knows if he says that, I'm immediately just going to disconnect. Just no.
Probably. Yep. Last one on the list. Goose Duck. This one came out what? Last week?
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
I have a hot take for this one, but I want to hear y'all's thoughts first.
To me, it's a lazy game, because all it is Among Us with a few
goose and ducks.
with like that's got like some different spices on it. You know, that's
And
it.
farting.
And farting. Yeah, so like, and it has what I like about Goose Duck is it has elements built into it that are like a lot of the modded things on Among Us, which means the core game itself can be fresher, but still at its core, it's an Among Us clone. And that's about it. And so like Ghosty messaged us on Discord earlier, and I forgot to respond, but she asked if we wanted to play Goose Duck today, and I'm just kind of like, you know, I don't think I ever really want to touch that game again. Like, I mean, it's good for the, like, I like the kind of the community and camaraderie that we get with games like that, but at the same time, like, I'm not really gonna be enjoying myself as far as the gameplay itself.
Yeah, honestly, when we were playing the game, I was just sitting there the whole time like, why aren't we just playing Among Us?
Yeah. So
I mean, it's literally just like, if copyright should hit anything, it should probably be this game.
yeah, like I honestly don't know how they got away with it.
Yeah, I don't either.
So for that, it's going to be a low rank for me, like D or F.
Yeah, it's going to be probably D or F for me as well.
Well, I guess my take isn't going to be as hot as I thought it was. This game is a literal ripoff of Among Us. It's like the meme, hey, copy my homework, but don't make it look too obvious. Like, the game itself, the proxy chat sounded like garbage. I understand the game is still early, but the proxy chat sounded like garbage. We had better quality sounds out of the proxy chat add-on for Among Us than we did the proxy chat built into Goose Duck.
Keep in mind, I was using a fucking snowball mic at that time, and I still had better audio than that.
Oh, and Among Us. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't, honestly, the farting thing is funny for like 3 seconds. After that, it is so overused. It is so horrifyingly overused. I just wanted to get out of the game. Now,
I didn't even understand that aspect. I was just like, how do you fart? Oh, you do this, you got by it. And I was just like, why?
Yeah. Now, I will say, was it fun playing with the people we played with? Sure. Yes. Without a doubt. Ghosty and her crew are always fun people to play with. Jake was in that one as well. Eternal was in that one as well. That was a lot of fun playing with them. It's always fun playing with them. Like,
that's more just the group than the game.
Yeah.
Correct. The game itself is an absolute ripoff. Ghosty, I know you're probably going to see this if you're not in chat already. We love you. I hate that game. Like, I would much rather go play Among Us, even though I know the lobbies are ass right now. I would much rather go play that than play Goose Duck, because also the map is the map's confusing as hell. There's way too many corridors. There's way too many, like, they even copied tasks from Among Us into that game. They couldn't think of other ideas. Like, they had their own original ideas, but they couldn't think of their own full original idea. They literally copied Among Us and then added some things into it and go, this will work.
Yeah.
They took the spacemen and made them space geese. Huh? They even have the same eject method. What? Like I'm gonna full disclosure. That was the one challenge that we have done. Again, Anderson, you hit the nail on the head. I love playing with that group of people. The group of people is always a blast to play with, but that is the one challenge where on camera I had to force a smile. I would rather get an ass whooping from Anderson in Nuns 4 than play that game again.
So Nuns 4 next challenge? Question mark?
Hell
Yes,
no.
yes, let's go. I got new moves
So
for you,
me,
Joe.
For me, it is without a doubt 100% an F.
I think we can all agree to that.
Yeah. And there's our first F tier, the last one.
The last game.
Yep.
Like,
Sorry, Ghosty.
Like, Ghosty, I know you love the game. No, sorry. Like, and I feel bad because I didn't respond to her earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I was
I
at work
should
when she
have.
messaged me, or when she messaged us, but so I couldn't.
Technically, I
respond.
was too, but I was helping someone with something. So I saw it and I was like, I'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
Like, I was busy. But, I mean, for those of you out there who like Goose Goose Duck, good on you. But the realistic side of it is no. Just no for me. But there's our first tier list, guys.
There it is. Pretty good spread.
I'd say. I feel like everything being up, y'all might see another challenge on in the future, or at least a rendition of Are You Smarter Than Fifth Grader? Meme though, Jeff Foxworthy's not going anywhere. He's gonna stick around for a long time.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm sure like out of these here, you could definitely see another challenge in the future. And I think at least in this C tier, that's an if, maybe possible.
Yeah,
This-
actually, if
This might pop up in Spooktober again. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
might have Johnny on for that again. Who knows?
it'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Yeah. Everything being lowered? No.
Yep.
Zoom
Oh,
in
Sam's
on
got to fix the screen.
Yep.
No warning.
Yeah. Everything in C is probably a possible. I mean, y'all gonna have to convince me on Warzone, but yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, that D tier though, y'all ain't saying jack about Rust. That's gonna be a hard pass from me, bro. Yeah, next challenge of Rust. That's gonna be. I'm sick.
Yeah. Next challenge on Warzone, I'm sick.
That's fair. I just like I know that some people are gonna be probably pissed off that we chose Goose Goose Duck to go in that F tier, but it's just
It's
I
just
mean,
what it do, baby.
Like,
we just can't beat the dead horse. So, like we've already said it enough.
not
We
to
played
try
Among
to
Us so much, and just playing a reskin of it is just like, why wouldn't I just choose the original game?
Yeah, like I
Exactly.
mean, like if you're to look like how many like overall as a game, it only has 425 viewers right now.
Yeah.
Like I think the community, and I mean, maybe it's just like a thing where it hasn't really been talked about a whole lot, but I think the community recognizes like, hey, this is just a blatant ripoff, and it's the same damn game. But
I mean, yeah. I mean, props to the people who put it out because I mean they at least made some money off of it, but
Yeah.
you know what you did. You know what you did.
I just want to know how they got it by without copyright infringement. That's what I want to know.
yeah,
Like,
It must be the whole reskin of just the goose and ducks. That's got
Has
to
to
be
be.
it. It has to be.
yeah. I just don't know like how that's transformative enough to be considered.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you brought those two games and said this is the original, this is what they put out, a lawyer would probably look at that and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to go to court on this one."
Yeah,
either that or like, how is it that the developers of Among Us have not seen that game and gone,
I feel like they have. It's just that they're too like indie and small to like actually do anything about it.
well, that and like technically,
I
like I
don't
mean, the
know.
game itself is free, right? So, like,
is it?
Goose Goose Duck.
Yeah,
We should probably check on that.
yeah. I'm looking
I'm
at
checking
it
right now.
right now on
Okay.
Steam, free to play. Like we didn't pay anything
Okay.
for it. Right.
Okay, well, yeah, that's probably it because they're not actually making money off of it.
Well, there
I
are
mean,
microtransactions.
they are, yeah, they
Ah,
can through the
well.
microtransactions. So I mean, maybe it's got something to do with that. But I mean, also, I mean, if you were to look at like, you know, like the total number of ratings, there's only like 480 ratings of it. I don't know if there's a way to see like how many downloads it's got, but
I mean, we're not lawyers, so we don't know.
yeah. So I mean, that's
all
speculation, but like I just like like I think it's got a few things like maybe being as small as it is, it's still kind of flying under the radar. But
might be. I don't know.
Any thoughts from chat?
Kate was saying earlier, reminds me of Mobile Legends Bang Bang. LOL. I don't know what that means, but that's what she said.
Fair.
But
well, with that said,
excuse me.
I think we wrap it up.
This is the end. So, as we said earlier, YouTube, drop a like on this video if you liked what you saw. And let us know down below if there are any other tiered lists you'd like to see us do and have nice little debates. I feel like this was definitely a debate, much more of a debate heavy situation. Like this one really spawned some debates on games, which is always fun. But hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you stay up to date on all things TGB. And we will see you in the next one. Have a good night.
Yep.
Peace.